Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Scott, back with another video, and I'm back with my good cup of coffee right now. Sky Squad, we are in the building. I'm suffering from a little bit of a sinus infection right now, guys, so bear with me. I might sound a little bit congested, but nevertheless, here we are. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and please do so right now. And then also hit the notification bell button so that you can be clued into when we drop new content on this channel. Also subscribe to the texting community so that you can be kept up to date as to when we drop new content on this channel. And we do so quite frequently, so you'll never miss an upload, okay? Now, I want to go ahead and get into the story that we have for you guys today. And typically I try to, kind of jam pack a lot of stories into one video, but I'm going to actually just give you guys what's actually breaking right now in the streets, okay? Now, here's the thing. Last week we told you guys about Crawford, who is Evelyn Lozada's ex-fiance / baby daddy, getting arrested for a domestic incident that happened between him and his baby mama. Now, I must say allegedly, because he is saying that it's not true, apparently. I guess his reps are saying that. So there's that bit of info. Now, you guys may also remember there was an incident where two people drowned in his pool as well a couple of months ago. We don't really even know what came of that, to be quite honest with you. So there's just a lot of things that's been going on with him in the news recently, and also his the label that he owns, the dispute between him and Megan Thee Stallion. With all of that and her getting out of her contract with that label, there's been so much controversy that he's had to deal with over the past several months. Now, this whole incident is just another matter. Well, apparently some blogger out there or some media outlet had sort of insinuated that Evelyn Lozada had also sort of made a reference to him being the same way with her. And so word got back to Evelyn's camp, and she put up a post on Instagram basically denying the entire thing. But I want to play you guys exactly what she had to say, in defense of that and in defense of Carl. And then we're actually going to talk about, exactly what this all means. So get into this right now.
I wanted to address something that took place last week in connection to my son's father, Carl Crawford. And initially I wasn't going to say anything. Initially I wasn't going to comment, because I feel like a lot of the times when there is something going on in Carl's world, my name tends to get thrown in anything that he has going on. So I understand, that there are some people that are always going to connect us together because I'm his ex-fiance and we were together. But after my team got their second or third phone call in connection to what happened last week, the domestic arrest, I had to say something, because I see stories popping up with people trying to change my story and my narrative. I've heard a reporter saying, oh, well, can we get a comment from her? Didn't she say that Carl did the same to her? And I refuse to sit here and allow the world or anybody to change my story and my truth. So that's why I'm putting this video together. And let me just stress one thing. By no means am I trying to discredit anyone else's story. I know what that feels like. So that is not what I'm trying to do. I don't know what happened with the relationship before me. I don't know what happened with the relationship after me. I stay in my lane. I'm just talking about my personal experience, because I was engaged to be married to this man. I was with him for 4 years. And for any blogger or reporter to try to switch up the story as to why we broke up, I think is disgusting. And I have to protect my son. I never want my son to see, oh, okay, well, mom and dad, I see a story that he did this to her. No, he did not. Carl has never put his hands on me. Carl has never intimidated me. Carl has never called ever stood over me trying to intimidate me. We never had that relationship. Yeah, we broke up for other reasons, but it wasn't for that. And that's why I'm doing this. And I also want to say, for anyone that is dealing with domestic, you guys know I take this very, very seriously. For anybody that knows, for anyone that is dealing with, if you know somebody that is dealing with, you could go to evelynlozada.org. I have people on my staff that will answer emails, talk to you. We can give you advice, you know, point you in the best direction as to how to get out of this relationship. I'm here for you, you know, but I just really, really felt like I needed to, you know, address this. I didn't want this to continue to snowball into something that is not true. I'm just speaking from my heart. I'm just speaking about my truth in connection to my son's father. And that's it. You know, I've never had that situation happen to me. And we are cool to this day. And all I care about is that we co-parent our son and that he's able to co-parent with the mother of his children. And that really at the end of the day, that's what's important here, are our kids. So I'm gonna leave this video here. I love you guys. Thank you.
So the caption of the post read this: "My truth. With all that's going on in the world right now, I hate that I even have to address this. I will always be empathetic to anyone who has experienced any form of domestic issues, and in no way would I ever undermine anyone else's alleged experience. That is their story to tell. However, after numerous calls, tweets, DMs, and bloggers claiming that I've said that my ex-fiance Crawford intimidated or physically did anything to me, I feel like I had to speak regarding my relationship with Carl. The Carl I'm hearing about lately is not the Carl I personally know. During our 4-year engagement and while co-parenting our son, Carl has never been threatening. We have a positive relationship. Again, I take the time to speak on this for my son, who I never want to grow up and feel as if his father hurt his mother in any way. I also do this because I won't allow bloggers looking for clicks to manipulate my story and take away from those women who need their true stories heard. There is no story here, and I have no additional comments. If anyone is struggling with these types of relationships and is looking for resources or help, please reach out to info@evelynlozadafoundation.org. Okay, so I think for me, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys the real on what I think. Just coming from someone, you know, who has worked a little bit in PR, not a lot, and I know a lot of PR professionals. I just think that this was a statement that would have been better handled by a PR rep, and it should have been handled directly to the bloggers or the media outlets that she is referring to. And I don't think that Evelyn needed to make an entire video about this, because even as she's claiming that she is not coming out to discredit this woman's story, it almost feels that way to a certain degree. While I appreciate the fact that she does want to protect her son from these types of stories, I think that the better way to do that is simply to have a discussion with her son when the time is appropriate. You know, at no point right now do I think that it's necessary for her to do so. However, I'm not one to tell someone how to parent. So if she feels like she should do so now, I feel like that should be a direct conversation that her and daddy have to have with her son, because ultimately he's going to have a conversation with his son, or any of his children for that matter, with regards to being in this situation in the first place. So that parenting has to happen on a private level, and it shouldn't be happening on this public level. And I feel as though by even giving this video life, I feel like by doing this video, she's giving the story more life than what it needed to be given in the first place. So now you've just brought more attention to the situation and more attention to you as it relates to him and any misdeeds or misgivings that he's involved in. I feel like, honestly, if I were her, I would have just remained silent, had her PR or her lawyers send that information to have those bloggers or media outlets retract those statements and keep it moving. Otherwise, I felt like she should not have involved herself. But that is just me, okay? And even on this channel, we take issues such as this very, very seriously. And it bothers me to no end when I hear stories about any type of issues like this happening in relationships. But let me know what you guys think. I try to handle this as sensitively as possible, but I want to hear you guys' opinion on it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit me up in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button, and I will see you in the next video.